Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So a new video and a new rebuild project. So in the last video, I did say I really want to do my best this year for the channel. I really want to make the channel grow, as I don't want to do like last year, 6-month break, not uploading, but you know, I did sort myself out. I've lost nearly 3 stone now. I might look tall on camera, but I'm not tall. I was nearly 15.5 stone and literally I'm 12 stone 10 yesterday, which I think is roughly 80 kg if you work in kilos. This year is a big year for me. You know, being 2025, I'm also the big 3-0. I might not look it, guys. Probably the Botox working now. I'm only joking, but as it's a big year, why don't we start with a big car? Let me show you what I've won. So here's the new rebuild project for the channel, the first new car of the year, 2025. What a beautiful car this is. So this is a late 2018 on a 68 plate. I don't have any plates. You'll see on the photo just here on Copart, there was no plates, but I know the registration. I just need to wait for the V5 to come because I've had to do a V62 form. Once that comes, we'll get some plates made. And am I pronouncing that right, guys? Because I'm getting a flashback here of the Hyundai I rebuilt on the channel, what my mum had. I kept calling it a Tuscan when the correct way was Tucson. And I've heard people say Touareg, and I've heard people say Touareg. I'm going with Touareg, but let us know in the comments. Yeah, so this one's an R Line. It's not a black edition, but it has got some nice black accents, as you can see on the top of the spoiler just here, and the lower rear diffuser. It's got factory black glass as well. It's got a few nice specs, heated steering wheel, and you'll see when I go onto the interior, the size of the screens inside this, because it's got virtual cockpit. It's got nice 20-inch wheels. None of them are curbed. No, they're spotless wheels. None of the, these are diamond cut, and literally they are in mint condition. This one is a category N write-off, so non-structural, and all the damage is just this corner. Well, when I say just this corner, obviously we've got a bonnet, that's aluminium, so that's ready for the bin. That'll need replacing. Headlights broke, bumper, grille, also the wings damaged. And obviously inside all the dashboard, all the airbags, curtain airbags, 4 seat belts have gone. But on this, I have done one job off camera before videoing this. And that was basically where this bonnet, where it's been hit just here, it's then pushed the bonnet that way. And basically on these, it's not got 3 bonnet latches, it's only got 2. So some Audis, Volkswagens, they'll have 3. So 1 in the middle, 1 either side. This only got 1 either side, which is like this, and then that plugs into this unit just here. So when this car got delivered, this side was loose like this. It did say on the advert for the description on Copart, bonnet was jammed. So I've cut a hole in the bonnet. Aluminium's not the nicest to cut, I'll be honest. I did try prying it here. This grille is broke, guys. So I didn't just, there's some damage here, and it is broke just here, as you see. Basically, I tried prying it here because from what I can see, the headlight, there is no damage on the driver's side. I don't want to damage this headlight. So obviously tried prying it, no luck. Cut a hole, and then ground, you can see just here, basically where the latch goes in, that's now removed, so I can do the bonnet. But yeah, here is the heart of the beast. It's a 3-litre V6 TDI. Brilliant engines these are. It's also got the ZF8 HP So it's an 8-speed ZF gearbox. But yeah, I think this one, if I remember rightly, it's either 282 horsepower or 286. There's a couple of variants. There's a 231 horse, or I think the 280s. So one thing I have seen as well, obviously, as you can see here, the bonnet hinges, these little cylinders here, they are the pedestrian actuators. One of them, or both of them, have gone off because I don't think you're going to see on the camera how that one's facing like that and that one's more straight. So one of these, but I'll change both anyway. But yeah, one of them have gone off. Obviously, I'll be replacing the hinges where that bonnet's being shoved that way, just to be safe than sorry. This car is a non-runner at the minute. Obviously, I'll plug Diagnostics on later in the video. And I have got one thing already, guys, from TPS. I think this was a £40 a pyro fuse. So obviously I'll plug Diagnostics in. It's still holding the antifreeze, as you can see just here. I can't see any, I've had a quick look around the engine bay. I can't see any oil or any concerns to try and, you know, stop me from starting this car. One lucky thing, the actual wheel arch trim, yes, it's popped out, but nothing's actually broke on it. I'm not going to bend it because obviously I don't want to distort the plastic, but it's missing one plastic clip here. I don't know if you can see there. It's not actually broke. So replacement plastic clip, that one's got the clip. And then obviously when I strip this down, I'll remove this and the badge because obviously this wing is going to get a new replacement. But that's one less thing I need. This grille, yes, it's had it. The sensor's still there. Another thing as well, this chrome just here, that's not damaged. The grille, obviously we know I need. But I know with these, because this has got the radar sensor behind that Volkswagen badge, these badges can be just as dear as the grills. That badge is fine, so obviously I just need the grille on its own. Still got the R Line badge. And obviously from this side, I've got everything, there's no damage. But yeah, apart from the damage on the passenger front, there's no damage around the car. There's no dings or scrapes. And it's come clean, guys. Well, there's a little bit of muck on the tyres, but I was quite surprised how clean it was. And yes, I've lost like nearly 3 stone, but I wish I hadn't for this car. Pushing this about, literally, because it's a non-runner, basically to put this in neutral. There's this comes with the car actually. It's in the boot with the spare wheel. This little lever here. So basically, you lift this plastic up, put this in, and 2 seconds. At the minute, I can't push the car. If I twist this, if you see the car moving, that's gone into neutral. Yeah, where I'm saying this car is heavy, yes, it is heavy. It's a big car. It's, you know, a big SUV. But this new generation Mark III of the Touareg, which I think they call them the CR7, the older shape, that used to be literally over 2 ton. I think like 2.2 ton, if I remember rightly. These are now under 2 ton. I think they're about 1900 so they are a lot lighter than the previous shape. There is one thing I was happy to see on this car. As you know, these Touaregs, Q7s are built on the same platform. The older ones, they did have, I don't know if some of these have as well, but this one hasn't, have air ride system, airbags, compressor, pump, and obviously plastic lines going to the airbags. This is a traditional shock and spring, which I was quite happy to see, as it's one less thing to go wrong. Obviously with the other system, you've got level sensors, obviously the compressor. Yeah, the compressor, pumps, airbags, plastic lines go into the airbags. It's just, you know, can be problematic, and that's, seeing a traditional spring and shock, that's just one less thing to go wrong. So I've shown you the engine bay. I've just shown you about, obviously it's not got air ride, it's on normal springs and shocks. And you've seen how I've been pushing this car about. But yeah, they've made that nice and simple down here. And also, another thing I was happy about, so the older Touaregs Q7s, the battery used to be underneath the driver's seat. So literally you have to take the whole seat out to get to the battery. On this, so this is a bit like the Lamborghini Uruses and the later generation Q7s, obviously, because they're built on the same platform, Q8s. This is where the battery is. Obviously, you've got the negative terminal and the positive. So under this cover, that will be the pyro fuse, which we'll get to after we've plugged Diagnostics in. Also, guys, let me know in the comments, when did Volkswagen start using this style key? It's a nice looking key. I've not seen one on a Volkswagen like this before. It's an electric tailgate. Press it again. You can close it on the key as well. did a bit of investigation. So I had a look. It's got this from Christmas of 2024, not 2023. There's basically nothing in this car at all, no paperwork. I think this is the only thing. And this receipt is from the 20th of the 12th, 2024. So I don't think this had an accident that long ago. And as well, if you can see, pickup date, the 7th of the 1st, 2025. I'm filming this on a Friday night, the 1st. Well, it's now gonna be Saturday the 1st. Literally, I bought this on the Monday just gone and it was delivered on the Tuesday. So this weren't in Copart for long at all. Have a look at this though, guys. It's really weird. Look at the spare wheel. It's quite handy as well. They think about the customer. You get like a little prop to keep this up. Never seen anything like it. Very different. But I've got all the tools here, pump, and the main thing, locking wheel nut, because I will need to take those front wheels off when I take the bumper and everything off, because I'll just put it on axle stands just to make it easier. So I'll get good camera angles to show you guys what I'm doing, what I'm removing and replacing. And as I was saying earlier, all the wheels are mint, no curbing. There's no like lacquer peeling, you know, diamond cut. They can go a bit milky, cloudy, and plenty of tread on the tyres as well. I'll just get to the passenger side and I can show you the side as well. But yeah, apart from the actual crash damage to this vehicle, car's spotless. Definitely a nice clean example. Well, it will be once it's finished. But yeah, plenty of tread on the tyres as well. Obviously, once this car is finished, I will do a full service using genuine filters from Volkswagen. But I'm not even going to try and open this passenger door. As you can see, the damage just here where the wing is gone in. You can see a couple of marks. Don't know if that's from the accident or if someone else has opened this passenger door, but I don't want to do any more damage to this door. So once I remove this wing, then obviously I can undo the door. But there's no like massive dents in the door or anything like that. And being grey, it's not the easiest colour to match. So that'll be blown into the door. So obviously these little marks just here, obviously the badge will get removed and replaced, as you can see just here if the camera focuses. But yeah, I'm not bothered about this door. That'll get blown in when it gets painted. This car, on every door, it's got ambient mood lighting going through, even on the kick plates. And I've just pulled this seat forward just to show you. It literally, you can recline it this way. And there's a lever underneath, if I can show you, just here. And this will slide back, and look how much space you've got in the back of this. It's such a big area in the back. As well, you've got digital climate in the back, and as well USBs, and obviously a 12 volt. Nice seeing that, and you don't see that as much on the newer cars. Obviously you've got the vents just here, and as you can see, the curtain airbags have gone off. Oh, you've got some nice cup holders. Oi oi. But yeah, the dashboard kits, literally, they're between 1,200 to 2.5 grand second hand. Some people have got them 1,200, 1,300, and there is a couple of people asking 2.5 grand for an airbag kit for this car. And most of those airbag kits don't even come with the curtains. So they come with 4 seat belts, dashboard, steering wheel airbag, that's it. And then you've got to buy, obviously, curtains separate elsewhere. But I think I have found a dashboard kit, which you'll see in a few videos coming. So I guess it's time to show you the interior in the front. Honestly, guys, it's like a spaceship when I show you all these screens. They are massive. Let me show you. As you can see, virtual cockpit. Look at that little design it does on the screen. And how big this screen is. I can't believe it. Yeah, so virtual cockpit. I know some still have the traditional speedos, some have virtual cockpit, so I haven't fully looked about how high spec this vehicle is, but same again, obviously electric seats, you've got the memory buttons, I know it's got folding mirrors. But yeah, that screen is mental. Let me put this ignition on and I'll show you this car will not start. Just make sure that neutral switches out, which it is. So if you can hear, just hear the start motor clicking. Let me turn this on now. By the way, this car does have 67,000 miles. So it's good mileage for the year, being a 68 plate. And someone left, I can't have it on because obviously copyright, but obviously ABBA. Someone left their memory card in this, but look at this, there's my hand for comparison. It's a big hand. What's your guys' opinion on the client controls actually being on the screen itself and not having any buttons? What do you think, guys? Obviously it's got heated seats as well, and there is nothing apart from that SD card. I haven't really looked in here, to be honest. There's nothing in this car apart from those receipts in that bag light you see. Massive, you know, the width of the actual armrest as well. Got the R line stitched into the seats. Really good condition as well. No bolster wear or anything like that, as you can see. I just like the design. Obviously, where you got the air vents going all the way along. Obviously, this dash needs replacing. This one doesn't have virtual cockpit, but it's, you know, it's not a problem. Virtual cockpit's not everyone's cup of tea. What have we got under here? Obviously, an LED light and a USB. But yeah, apart from that, guys, that is the interior. What else did I want to show you? You can see here, look. I'm not going to pull on it too much because literally it's still stiff. I think I did see, I'll show you in a second. So this on the passenger side, where these broken bits are. Can you see these cables just here? I don't know if that's why it's still jammed. You cannot pull that lever. Also, while the ignition's on, I can't leave it on for too long because we need to plug Diagnostics in, see what we've got, and then change the pyro. But the headlights are working. Well, when I say headlights, that one's not damaged. This one is, which means the modules are good on it. We'll just check the indicator. Yep, and that's working as well, so that's LED. So I'm gonna say there's at least 3 modules on that headlight. And yeah, they're all working. So when I do get a replacement headlight, I don't need one with modules if I do get a second-hand one. Because obviously if it's brand new, obviously it will be without modules. And I have found some good news. So these are LED, not matrix headlights. Matrix headlights to identify as well, easy on one of these. Matrix ones normally have the screen washer jet covers. LED ones don't have washer jets on these. So with this being an LED headlight, they are roughly about 1,300 plus VAT from dealer each. Second hand, they're fetching about 700 to 800, but who makes this headlight is Hella. And you can buy a brand new headlight, obviously without a Volkswagen badge, it will be a Hella headlight in a Hella box for £700. So if I can't get a good second hand one, when I say good, you know, like the A6, what I've just rebuilt or rebuilding, I don't know how many videos has been uploaded yet. It is finished, but yeah. I've got some mint headlights for that one. So if I can't get a reasonable price one, below 700 for a second-hand one, I'll be buying a brand new Hella unit. Right, so what I'm gonna do now, guys, I'm gonna grab my Diagnostics, I'll get it plugged in, and we'll go from there, see what fault codes we do have, and then see if there's anything that's concerning to, you know, if it looks bad, obviously I will not start it, obviously. If not, we'll change that pyro fuse, and fingers crossed, this non-runner Volkswagen Touareg will start. As if it doesn't start, I am dreading to push it into my bay. But we'll, fingers crossed, guys. Right, so that's finished going through every single module on this car, and I think we've got 64 fault codes, so quite a lot. We'll start with bottom first. Data bus error value received, high beam assist. I guess that's, you know, broken headlight. Battery might be a bit low as well. That can cause obviously some of these fault codes. Information electronics, software. Right rear bass speaker open circuit, left rear bass speaker open circuit. I'll see if some of these might be some old codes. They might have had the speaker undone. Crash responsive active passenger door. Power steering terminal 30 open circuit. Crash response active. Backup battery, critical charge, okay. Steering column. Flasher switch, short circuit. Airbag belt tensioner, crash data stored, front crash data stored, multiple collision brake triggered, front passenger airbag, a lot of airbags, like we know. They have all gone off anyway, so we've just done airbag. Pretty much all this is like error from like battery voltage, or, you know, obviously when these cars get involved in an accident, it does make a lot of fault codes come up, as you probably see on some of my previous rebuilds, or other people that do this sort of stuff on YouTube. Nothing's made me not want to start this car if nothing's come up. So fan, control circuit, power, obviously all these glow plug, active. I personally feel like that most of this is going to be battery related. I'm just going to clear whatever. I'll see. I don't think it will start personally. I think it will need the pyro fuse fitting. Or if all say if the fault codes did come completely clear, it's usually attempted to start or turn. Say if that headlight didn't work, you try to turn that headlight on, then you'd get the fault codes back. So obviously I'll have to do a load of testing on this car, obviously when rebuilding it. Right, I'll try and start it. It's not having it. So that's pyro fuse, 100%. Or the engine seized. That'll be not nice, eh? How much can engine cost for one of these? So let's just go back onto engine. I hope this engine ain't seized. Battery's gone low now. Okay, let's change this pyro fuse. Let's get this battery disconnected and we'll go from there, guys. Lift up. I'll put this light on actually. I don't need to take the whole battery out. So I'm going to just loosen off these battery terminals. So a big box like this, honestly, this is all there is. Look at that. So all that packaging, just for that, guys. Right, just to show you guys, this is the positive battery terminal, and you'll have seen you've got this cover, and then there's another cover as well. When you lift them two, the pyro fuse, bear me a second, I can only move this so much, is where my finger is there. And you'll have two 13mm nuts, one either side, and then like an airbag connector plug on underneath. So I'll put it back on the tripod, get this swapped over, and fingers crossed, guys, this engine's not seized and it's going to start. Right, so I'll get me 13mm. Yep. Hopefully you can see. That's what I mean by the airbag plug on the bottom of the pyro fuse. So I'm going to get my best mate to put it underneath that orange clip, pull it and lift it off. And we should hear, hopefully, sounds broken inside. And where's the replacement? Nothing. Right, that's the old one. This is the new one. That's tight. Happy with that. Where's my 10mm spanner? I ain't going to plug Diagnostics back, not just yet, until the car I attempt to start, because as you probably saw on the A6, the first video, I didn't even plug Diagnostics in on that car. I just swapped the pyro and it started straight up. So I don't have to be silly tight, because most of these new terminals, they only need 5Nm. Right, I'm happy with that. Don't go mad on it. Get this tightened. Put the carpet back down. I need to try and start this car. Is it going to start? What's your bets? Yes or no? I really don't know. Right. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Yes! It's a runner! I didn't buy a car with a seized engine. I'm chuffed. Sounds lovely. Obviously this is diesel. It sounds very quiet. I'm not going to rev it, because obviously I don't know how long this car's not been run for. That sounds sweet. Obviously these are common rails, so they're high pressure injectors, fuel rails. So if you do hear like ticky noise, that's the injectors. So if I come this way, the sound will follow because it's a V6, 3 injectors, 3 injectors. You probably hear what I mean just here. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal 3 litre TDI injectors. Yeah, that's just 2 seconds. There's nothing on the floor, no. So now the car's running, why don't I just quickly rescan it, so then we know what fault codes we've got and how many I need to obviously fix. So how many fault codes have we got in a minute? Well look, just changing that pyro fuse, obviously that pyro fuse, when that blows, the car's not happy at all when they deploy. You think as well I was trying to start it. Who else is trying to start it? Copart, or you know what I'm trying to say. So now we've only got 10 volts to work with. Not like, how many was it guys? 64 I think. So what we got? Obviously we've got all the airbags. Drives airbag resistance too high, that's this one. Passenger, that's obviously dashboard. Side, rear seat belt. Curtain. Drive side rear, drive seat belt. So there you go, all 4. I didn't show you as well. Let me just look at the other fault code. Software version management. That might not actually be nothing to do with the crash. That might need a software update. That one is for the front sensor for drive assist system. We'll have to look into this. But they're the fault codes we've got left. But as you see, it had a fault code for every seat belt. This ain't actually gone off, but you know it has because obviously you got a fault. But every other seatbelt in this car, you can play a song on this, look. That one as well, look. It's so tight. Oh, that's a better one. But yeah, I'll see, you know, when I do the airbag kit on this, I'll see if I can remove these plastics easy enough. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Am I getting a dash on its own with an airbag and getting these seatbelts sent off? Or am I getting a complete kit? I don't know yet, guys. I've not bought anything apart from that pyro fuse. But if this is that tight where I can't take the plastics off to get to the seatbelts, I will just cut them and just get replacements. Yeah, so that's the fault codes left. Or is it 10 now? Yes, 8 in the airbag and the other 2. So 10 fault codes is better than 64. You know, 64, that's quite scary. But yeah, 10 fault codes, just changing that pyro fuse. Yeah, I'm absolutely chuffed. I bought a non-runner, but it's now running, not seized engine, just a pyro fuse. How lucky was that? Let us know in the comments, guys, what do you think to this new rebuild project, the Volkswagen Touareg Mk3. I'm chuffed with this car. It's a beautiful car. Let us know in the comments, guys, and we'll be stripping this down in the next video so we can see what parts I need. Obviously, I know I need, like obviously the bonnet, bumper, headlight, but I need to know what other parts, you know, the smaller bits behind, all that stuff. But yeah, if you liked today's video, guys, smash that like button. And if you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you get a notification when I do a new upload. If you need to contact me, it's Nathan_Hiley@outlook.com or the dedicated Instagram account, which is Nathan_Hiley, and it's got a blue tick, it's verified. But yeah, I appreciate you all for watching. Let us know in the comments what you think to this new car, and I'll see you in the next video.